This is Eric, and it was your daughter, Mike, wasn't it? Daughter Michelle?
That's right.
Who painted it, did this lovely paintwork, so fingers crossed it doesn't get too scratched. It's also got some jaws on the front, which are fairly lethal.
From East Sussex, Eric.
Eric's jaw can crush with a force of 1¼ tons. A car starter motor, wheelchair motors and speed controllers used with an aluminium and stainless steel body.
Hi, I'm Mike. This is Ian. This is Bruce. And this is Eric. Eric runs on 2 wheelchair motors powered by 24-volt batteries. The chassis is a space frame triangulated aluminium chassis, fully welded. The cladding is all stainless steel underneath the pretty paintwork, and we have hydraulically operated jaw. I can just show you how this opens. That will lift up to about 2.5 times that level, probably up to about here when we press the button, and that's capable of lifting about 200 kilos, and it goes with quite a wallop, so we're looking forward to using it.
Robot ears, stand by.
And so we have Eric, young Bruce Nicholson, Ian Nicholson there in the middle, and Mike Hamilton on the right, and King Buxton,
3,
with the great pals Simon Harrison at the controls and Phil Brett.
activate.
And at 14 miles an hour, it's a nippy start from King Buxton with the front lifting prongs immediately on the attack on Eric. Eric looks solid to me. Again, they come in on the attack. And that's the first time we've seen Eric's jaws open. Trying first to raise King Buxton in the air and then clamp on. Oh, and King Buxton's lost one of the tips to its front rams there on the left-hand side. It's gone. Somewhere on the arena floor is a steel tip. Eric towards the pit, oh goodness me! And King Buxton is left teetering on the brink of oblivion, and Eric, oh no, has backed itself down into the pit. King Buxton spun away and Eric went down. Look at this. You'd have thought then King Buxton was going to go, but it's Eric reversing into the pit. You won't see that in a driving lesson.
Have you passed your driving test?
Yes, a long time ago, though. I think I'd better take another one at this rate.
Looking to pick a fight in the pits for the melees, we have Eric from East Sussex. Now, they've got a hydraulically operated ram here, 30 stones worth of pressure here, just a couple of foot up the arm at the piston, 1 ton of pressure, which will definitely be able to flip to kill a lot, they think. So if they can get right under their opponents, damage. They've also got a self-rising mechanism, so watch out.
Eric.
The hydraulic jaw can lift and crush the shell stainless steel. The starter motor comes from a grass cutter. Driver error left Eric idle last time around. And what an error it was against King Buxton. Things look tickety-boo for Eric. Good control, good steering, good weaponry, well on top. Indeed had King Buxton on the jaws of defeat there. But look what happens now. Eric, in trying to topple King B into the pit, went in itself. Oh dear.
Hello, my name's Ian Nicholson. This is Bruce, my son, and Mike Hamilton, the other member of the team. This is Eric. It's powered by 2 wheelchair motors off of 24-volt batteries. And it goes at about 12 miles an hour, because that's as fast as we can control it. Our main weapon is this lifting arm, which is hydraulically driven. It has an accumulator on it, which helps it to move fast. That's it, really.
Roboteers, stand by.
Eric, could be dark horses here. Mike Hamilton at the controls again. There's Killerhurtz. John Reed, let's hope his steering's better in the middle. And Destruct-A-Bubble. 21-year-old Lawrence Cousins at the control.
2, 1, activate.
I'd like to see Eric given a run here if they can stay out of the pit. Destruct-A-Bubble. Now, I don't think that's going to be the quickest around the arena. Top speed's at 5 miles an hour. Eric can get up to double that speed. Killerhurtz by far the fastest in this particular battle. And up and over the shoulder of Eric. Killerhurtz slams against Destruct-A-Bubble, the truncated sphere. There's the flipper of Eric. We thought it would have gone further last time around. Driver Mike Hamilton designed the robot, built half of it as well. In comes Killerhurtz, the seated robot number 60. Look at the wink of Destruct-A-Bubble's eye. They reckon the eyelashes are a weapon, yeah. Here's Killerhurtz from behind, driving in on Destruct-A-Bubble again. against the arena wall. Here comes Eric with a little shunt. Ooh, Killerhurtz. Well, it rocked and it rolled and it came back down. A little bit of driving from Killerhurtz, as well as good driving there on the Destruct-A-Bubble, which, as we said before, is a fun robot. We haven't seen the lash of the mother-in-law's tongue yet. Oh, there we go, yes. A little bit spiteful, but, well, exactly how many of you have felt that in your time? Oh, look at the Killerhurtz weapon there. In on the side of Eric, on the side wheel of Eric. Out goes the mother-in-law's tongue from Destruct-A-Bubble, the pneumatic lance. But meanwhile, it's Killerhurtz pinned onto Eric. They've combined against Eric. Eric is free now, just about. Slams against Shunt. Coming back on the attack. This is very, very close, you know. Could go to the judges. Oh, a lick of the old flame torch out there, and the bubble is punctured by Killerhurtz. Can Killerhurtz free that pneumatically powered axe now? Or too high the trajectory? No, it's okay. I wonder if he'd just been pinned in there for a minute on the Destruct-A-Bubble, but it's okay. The bubble not in great trouble. Killerhurtz up on its side. This is going to go to the judges, isn't it? Another slam. I think Killerhurtz has been aggressive enough to go through. And the punishment sustained by the bubble could be too much for them. We'll have to wait and see. Pensive. Self-congratulatory. Who gets the judge's nod?
Okay, it's gone to the judges, so while they deliberate, let's take another look at that battle.
There are boffins, Martin Smith on the left, Professor Noel Sharkey in the middle, Dr. Myra Wilson on the right. Not down to me, though. It's their decision, and it seems they've made it. So, which of the teams go through? Who goes out?
And it's unanimous. Destruct-A-Bubble are out of here.
And the opposition, Eric. Bruce, what's your role there? So you've got the controls there. Are you driving?
No, Mike's driving. I'm just watching out for the pit, which goes up and down.
And there's a
shouting
noise.
advice.
There's a noise beforehand, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's a big explosion when they open the pit or something.
So you're listening out for that?
Yeah.
And what do you tell the team when you hear that noise?
I just shout.
Just generally shout?
Yeah.
Ah! Panic! Yeah. And are you confident?
Well, apart from the pit, yeah, very confident, yeah.
How's your Shrymex working?
The what?
The Shrymex, self-righting mechanisms.
I've not heard that term before. No.
Oh, that's a Robot Wars term. You should know that by now.
It is working. We've re-engineered it 4 times because we under-engineered it 3 times, and now we're confident that it does work.
Well, you look confident all round. May the best bot win.
Thank you.
Enough dialogue and chatter. Let's have some small talk with Richie McBride at the controls. They're in the middle. And Eric, Bruce Nicholson. Don't panic, Bruce, don't panic when you see the pit.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Eric were my dark horses for this entire heat. Small talk have done well. They're very, very quick around the arena. Oh, hey, Eric, nearly torched. There's a lick of flame in its paintwork, and it was very nearly torched. Small talk, just dancing around Eric, comes back in. Small talk, not the heaviest of robots, but don't forget it has that spinning disc with the sharp teeth and can run either way up, should Eric flip it, with the hydraulic lifting jaw, which can also crush. Oh, dear, oh dear, I was going to say the little flipper very nearly got underneath Small Talk there. Just heard some metal grinding and squeaking, and Small Talk very, very quickly away. Touched on a CPZ, and out comes Bash. Sergeant Bash, flame-filled, a militaristic mashing machine of war. Eric, though, back in underneath Small Talk. Flicks it up and over. Now you can see that the spinning disc can actually run Small Talk forward, you see. They're flicked up and over, doesn't matter. The disc now comes into play, and they say, the voice from Amador near Edinburgh, they can even go faster when topsy-turvy. Side on now with Eric. Are the wheels locked there together? Well, looks like some weird dancing routine between the two of them. Small Talk backs away and stops. And stops, and Small Talk is immobilised, I believe. Eric, insensibly looks on. There is smoke coming from Small Talk. The two motors on fire again. The special cooling system hasn't worked. Exactly the same thing's happened to Small Talk as it happened in the last series. An internal overheating problem. Eric goes through and needs to get away from Killerhurtz. Don't forget you have the heat final to think about now, Eric. Stay away from Killerhurtz and the Lance, stay away from Bash. Small Talk can't get away from Bash. They're on the arena wall, they're out of it. Oh, the sparks fly outside, inside, just about everywhere for Small Talk. They're finished. Well done to Eric.
Small Talk has a small fire. And Eric, go through. Come on, lads.
Well, you're through. You're taking on Splinter next, and that's not a bad robot, that Splinter as well. Although they've got a bit of damage, but they reckon they can sort that out, you know?
Yeah.
How did you think it did? What was your game plan, by the way?
Well, really, to flip it over and see how it ran upside down to start with.
It kind of did run upside down, but not very well.
Not very well, so we thought we'd leave it upside down and see if we could corner it into one of the house robots, but didn't quite make that. But, he didn't do too badly. Then it caught fire, and that was it, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, true. You're through, though, lads, you're through. Yeah. Good luck with Splinter. Let's hear it for Eric!
Mike, nice driving.
Thank you, thank you.
Impressive stuff, because the other team were having a bit of a laugh about it earlier, but you've got to be pretty pleased with that.
I am pleased, yes.
Yeah?
We nearly came a cropper because after we got chomped by Killerhurtz, the right-hand wheel wouldn't drive because the bodywork had got bent into it, but by then it was all over.
So not too much
really.
damage sustained?
No, mostly superficial. Bit of panel bit bashing, that's all.
Bit of a nip from Killerhurtz on the bottom.
Yeah, he gave us a gentle peek on the bum just to say, keep away.
Yeah, but if you get through the next round, you're through to the series semi-finals, and that's what we're looking for, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
The pressure is on.
The pressure is on, yeah, it's just tense.
It
We're
is
all
tense.
very nervous,
Exactly.
especially me as driver.
We know what the team had said about your driving earlier.
No, we don't.
Oh.
Ask him.
Oh, you changed
He's
your mind
doing
now?
very well. He's doing very well.
Doing well.
Yeah,
Do you
keep it
agree
up.
with that?
Yeah.
Good luck, team. Show them what for.
Thank you.
From Framfield in East Sussex, Eric. From Norwich, Splinter.
15-year-old karate black belt Craig Wakeman at the controls from Taverham High School in Norwich. And there's Eric, Mike Hamilton at the controls, a kitchen designer.
Roboteers, stand by.
Splinter, the favourite certainly, heavier. Craig there and Stuart and Eric. 2-metre turning circle. Mike's going to have to be sharp on those controls.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Flipper of Eric. Hydraulic lifting jaw, which can crush. And we've got the wheelchair motor-powered claws on the front of Splinter and also the scoop. Useful combination. Unusual too. Tilda backs away. A bit of a tentative start to the heat final for a place in our second semi-final. Eric, the front lifting mechanism a little bit slow, mistimed as it came in to meet Splinter. Electrical expert of the team is Ian Nicholson. He is an electrician, a Sparks by trade. Son Bruce, of course, yells if there's any danger, and there is for Eric now in the CPZ from Shunt, and the big axe, the bulldozer, and the front scoop of Shunt, the scoop of Splinter. They're trying to get Eric up and out of the arena, I think. They're combining in there well, but Shunt then hammers against Splinter. Back off, back away. Leave Eric to me, says Shunt. Splinter has other ideas. Eric nudges Matilda, whose bright eyes gleam and then fade as Eric moves away and her prey has gone for the moment. Eric slammed against the arena wall by Splinter. The more aggressive of the two, certainly. There's Craig and Stuart, father and son. Stuart's an instrument production technician. And his Splinter machine bashing against Eric. Eric squeezed against the arena sidewall, gets out. Ooh, for a minute there I thought one of Splinter's arms, claws if you like, have been buckled backwards, but they're okay. It's a very unusual robot and a very effective robot so far. Great innovation in these robots in this series. Splinter up on his side, crashes down. Eric, of course, we know has a Shremek. All eyes on Craig and Stuart, though, in the control box of Splinter. Eric flicks Splinter, not over yet. 80.6 kilos, Splinter. Moves forward with a scoop. Can't get underneath Eric. 10mm ground clearance under Eric. Very low. Good design. You can see there the sort of fringe, the skirt, if you like. Time is ticking away. Judges will make their decision on style, control, damage, and aggression any second now. Well, it was quite tentative, I thought. Thoughtful. Very close.
That one went to the wire. I wouldn't want to call that one. So we go over to our judges to make the decision.
There we are. Noel Sharkey looking at the replay.
Nervous?
Yeah.
So am I. What about you? Frightened? Tense? Well, we're waiting for the judge's decision. It's just come through. He's gone for Splinter! Oh, well, it was touch and go. I wouldn't want to have called it. Disappointed?
Yeah.
I mean, you almost had him a couple of times.
Yeah.
I mean, you flipped the he was on his side, but he fell back over. He didn't seem to have the power in that flipper, though, you know?
I think he got the power, it's just getting it in under him far enough, and he was a Wrigley character. We had to
Very
try
Wrigley.
Yeah, Wrigley a little bigger.
He was quite strong as well, though, wasn't he? He was pushing you around quite a lot.
Mike was actually trying to back to spin away from him. It looked like he was pushing us, but Mike was actually driving. Well, he went faster than us.
Yeah.
So it looked so we really couldn't get away from him.
It sounds like a likely story, that to me.
It's my theory and I'm sticking to it.
Have you enjoyed the time on Robot
Yeah,
Wars?
it's been brilliant.
Well, we hope you come back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Eric.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.